Cornell.
Bonnie, are we staying here? You're muted.
We have to find the others. You know where they are?
I don't have a clue.
You were all up on the roof, right?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any gunshots up there, except when you fell.
Yeah, I don't know. I indicate with the end of my Ragnar at the shadow thing. Are we just leaving that thing for them to clean up?
I need my rifle if I'm going to do anything here.
All right.
Hey, do you have any medical skills? Special?
Oh, I could do a battle medicine.
You should do one on yourself too while you're at it.
Pick out something for yourself.
I got.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna shoot once and then do 2 battle medicines.
Take Christmas off this year.
You're good. You're good. You know, Black Friday, just stay home. Just stay home.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that works. Hit.
I'll do my pitiful damage. 11. So
For one.
1.
We've assumed that it's DR 10.
The way he's described it is that's what it sounds
seems
like.
pretty. It feels pretty adequate.
It's right in there.
You
Right.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Your healing.
Gotta mark off my bullet. Healing on Bonnie. 21 on my medicine check, which will just be a standard, and on me, a 23. So that will be. I always forget what medicine does.
Is it
what
2d8?
2d8? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 2d8. I'll double check that while we're here, because I'm sitting on the skills page.
Sitting on top of the skills.
Treat wounds 2d8. You get 7. I get way more. I get 12.
7 will keep me afloat for a moment. What did you roll for bringing me back?
Oh, I don't know if I rolled that.
Yeah, roll me up a 4 if you could.
2.
Oh. Well, that's a 9. So I have a 9.
That won't last a hit.
Nope, it won't. Careful.
But you're saying there's a chance.
Wait, do I still have one of the butt mints or the
What?
the
Butt
berries?
I don't know. I think we used them up.
I don't think I did. If I did, I used it on somebody else.
That would figure.
Okay, Cornell, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Vanny, are you done?
Oh, wait. So I have move at this point. I'm alive. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna pick up my rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I just got you out of there.
So I'm going to call that a move action and a manipulate.
Yep.
1 action left.
And
one shot.
Shoot real hard at this thing.
Shoot real
Hunted
hard.
shot.
It's not a hunted shot. It's actually, it is a hunted shot.
What's shooting with?
I'm definitely missed on the first one. The second one is a 27. I know. Hey,
Roll your damage.
this guy still can do a feasible job.
You got a
Serviceable.
machine gun? It's got a lot of rounds.
It's a rifle, and it's
Nice.
an autoloader rifle. Anyway,
They have 10, I think.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
still good. 14, 18 damage.
Okay.
Let's see.
You fire it off. You see this thing shudder and become less visible than it was a moment ago, and then starts to recede into the shadows of the alley.
Doesn't
It doesn't die.
interesting. Okay.
Bjorn, you push through that door. You see a narrow alleyway with laundry hanging up. You push past the sheets, find a set of stairs and drop down to a little half gate. You can push it open or jump it.
I am looking for, probably easier for me to jump it, looking for some kind of apartment building.
Yeah, you're in a residential area. Looks like you're approaching a lighted district that looks like it might be either a restaurant row or some kind of merchant area.
All right, I want to stay to the shadows. I'm going to hang that stolen coat up on the edge of a clothesline rack, just in case. What I'd like to do is just hunker down for a round and reload the Yeti.
You find a little cubby. Looks like it's got a couple of garbage cans in it. You pull up. There's a bench there where somebody has got shoes tucked underneath. Looks convenient.
Park my Viking ass and reload.
Reload.
Benny, as you're watching the shadow thing, you see it melt into the shadows cast by the long buildings. You no longer have like a visual target. You feel, as it does that, a tug on you. It did hit you before with its strike, correct?
It has touched me before, yeah.
Cornell, did it hit you as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You feel a coldness pass through your physiology. Let's see how bad it is. Cornell and Benny, you're both enfeebled too.
No save on this.
You were struck. He spent an action to send this off.
Awesome. What does enfeebled do?
Enfeebled does.
It makes
Minus
me
2 to
weaker than I
everything.
already am.
Penalty to strength-based rolls in DCs.
How long does it last?
It probably goes down by 1.
Yep.
Well, I'm not on the edge of a roof, so it's not like I'm going to be using athletics anytime soon.
Okay, that's that. Firefighters, look around. Where did it go?
Stay sharp.
You see a large truck coming up the street behind. You can see that they've already got a nozzle deployed. You see that the truck pulls in front of the building. They're pulling hose over to a hydrant, getting the pump truck ready for action.
I'm going to tell them that it's not gone. It's not gone. Whatever that was is still around. Stay sharp. Keep your axes out. This building should be allowed to just burn.
The three of them move back to back at your behest. Cornell.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Just 1 second. I gotta look at a feet.
Of course, Benny's enfeebled, so when he was talking to the fireman, it was like, "You have to be afraid of the monster."
Why,
Monster.
guys, you gotta be careful.
Adrian!
You gotta be careful.
Adrian!
I can't take a punch. I can't.
Wally, I gotta go home and feed my turtles.
Great, my total.
Baby Ruth.
Oh shit.
Feeling that cold grasp on me, I feel like this thing's still in the area.
Mhm.
I want to try and find it.
Perception.
Did the firefighters feel it too?
Yes, you saw them like
Oh,
straining in their
oh,
stance.
damn it.
My perception is a 24.
You look around, you see the firefighters, the pump truck. Everything's crystal clear and etched in your mind. There's no target.
What is his status to me? Is he hidden, undetected, concealed?
He is greater shadow can hide. Sneak. Shadow. That is a fair question. Do you know what square he's in is your question.
Do you know?
And it's sneak and agree. Your perception, sorry, what are the degrees again of hidden?
You have observed when, they're just standing there. And then you have hidden. The creature knows the space you're in, but can't tell precisely where you are. And then you have undetected, which is creature cannot see you and has no idea what space you occupy. And then some other stuff. And then there is...
All right, so your perception was not enough to defeat his hide. So you don't know what square he's in. You know he's still here.
Or is he?
So he is undetected.
Yep. This is the longest battle I think this group has ever had.
Yep, it is. It is the longest battle.
And half of us are incapacitated or dead.
Just flopping around.
Bunny is still over by the firefighters, right?
Mm-hmm. He collected his weapon.
That's right. I'm gonna back up. I don't feel comfortable here.
Okay. You move back to the corner of the building.
Oh, I thought that's where it still was.
Yeah, he was still at the corner.
Do you break line of sight or just backpedal?
I just backpedal.
Okay. You back up. Do you have any actions left?
I reload the Ragnar. I think that's
Banny.
one action.
Perception, Banny.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. 20. God damn. 20. That's 37.
37. You're there in the midst of the firefighters. You see that the shadow that was here in corporeal-ish form has vanished. You check each of them. They've formed a little circle, axes out. You're standing there with your rifle. You look back, you see Cornell inching his way away. He looks pretty wounded. Something strikes you as odd as you look at him. His shadow is not reflecting in the right direction.
I move. So is it on the ground where it's stretched
It's
out?
on the ground underneath Cornell. It is right next to him and waiting to manifest.
Oh wait, hold on then. Hold up. That means he's adjacent to me.
Yeah.
I know he's there. I have blind fight.
Okay.
In which case, I shoot the ground
Okay. Pull the trigger.
instead of reloading on that last action. I do still have to make a DC flat check 5, which I don't make. I rolled a 4. I rolled a 4. He's here.
You have
What,
to.
what, what is the flat check for? What failed to happen?
Actually, I can't even target him. That's what it's for.
Okay.
Oh.
So I know he's there, but
So you look down at the ground, your eyes get big, and that's where you're.
Oh
yeah,
man,
okay.
I really wish I could just use that 20 right now.
Benny,
Okay, I know that he's over there. I see the shadow.
and you see him aware of it too. His eyes get big, and you see him looking down, and his gun is aiming towards the ground.
What's the range on the Derringer? Is it 10?
What's
Or
wrong
is
with
it
your
20?
rifle?
I can plug 2 bullets at a -2 and stack that
What's wrong
damage.
with your rifle?
Okay, fine. God damn it. Why are you so picky?
It's a fucking rifle.
it's a rifle with a striking rod.
So is the Derringer. The Derringer just gives me a -2 to both points of damage. It's basically the Rev Jacked, but with a 45 empowered Derringer.
Right, but if you do a hunted shot and you hit with both of those shots, you stack their damage for the damage resistance.
Yes, if I hit.
If you want to
Okay,
use the
moving on.
Derringer, go to the fucking range.
Okay.
Use your rifle.
Shut it. Okay, fine. I target it and start shooting. I'm going to do the hunted shot. Thank you, Book, for all of your help. That was a 21, which is not a hit. I know that. And that's not much better. Fuck. All of this, a 5 and an 8. I'm gonna do a Hail Mary with the Derringer
Quick
at
draw.
a -2 quick draw with a different die. No,
-2 plus -10.
yeah. I rolled a 5. Everything. Yeah, I shot so much.
I think Cornell and Bonnie are meant to die in this street. We can't roll above a 10.
Bjorn, on the bench, you feed your 6-inch long rounds into the hot pipe. It's cooled down significantly since you fired it, but it's still warm to the touch.
No, I was in a fire. My job now is to find like a panel van, something simple, plain. That's my mission.
You end your round with a full Yeti and bound for a street looking for a vehicle. Cornell, the street stands up underneath you.
God damn it. I did waste a 20. It's fine.
26.
Mhm.
I can't believe that hit.
Cornell doesn't have armor.
$15 points of damage.
That's exactly what I have.
You're unconscious. He strikes again. You go to dying 2.
I go to dying 4.
You go to dying
What?
4.
Oh yeah.
Oh, while you were dying 2 already?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wounded. Oh, that's right. You were stricken. Yeah.
So he took you. So you went from wounded 2.
To dying
He
3.
put you down to 0.
Which gives me dying
Dying
3,
three.
and then he hits me again
You're dying 4.
and kills me.
Okay.
Yep.
he spends his last action on you again in fury and attacks your dead corpse.
And
That
he
seems
really didn't
acceptable.
like me for all of 6 damage I did to him.
Bitch!
The firefighters run away from you, Bjorn, and they run in the direction of the shadow where
Bunny.
Cornell is.
Oh, okay. Banny. Okay.
They arrive with enough movement to strike once each. That might do it. That won't do it. And that won't do it. We got one guy with a Hail Mary. If he can do even a little. No, not enough to damage him. Cornell is out of the picture. Banny.
It really is. It has rotated all the way back to me already.
There's not many left.
Hunted shot. Go team. That's a 26 on the first one.
Go
and,
Team Banny.
and a miss on the second one as normal. That, however, is a 17. That's 21.
21 damage.
21 damage. First one was, oh my fuck. He was that close the whole time. Yeah, golf clap. One after.
Yeah. You're just 6 seconds too late.
If you'd only hit it last round, Cornell wouldn't be dead.
If you were here, Bjorn,
Oh! You could be dead instead of him.
yes.
We are out of actions.
I jumped off a building for you.
I jumped out of a building. 10
Yeah,
feet.
but you were on the first floor.
10 feet, I jumped out of a building. I go over to Cornell and I check his pulse and I check him as quickly as I can.
His wounds don't look life-threatening. Life has been drained out of him.
So I might even attempt a Chiron bar, but there's nothing there.
He's cold to the touch already. Bjorn, you find a van, street side. Looks like it's a fitted to move fish around the city. It's got a cab and then a bed, and it's full of like lobster traps.
Is it enclosed or is it like a flatbed?
It's a flat bed with raised sides.
I really want to keep looking. I want an enclosed van, some kind of panel van.
No, it's not good enough.
Beat me on a percentage.
80.
You find it. Bread truck.
Nice. If the keys aren't in it, I'm going to hot wire it.
Do you have the hot wire feet?
I have a nice mechanics.
Okay. DC's a little higher, but you can go at it.
20.
20 total?
Yeah.
You're fiddling with the wires in there. It's dark. You squint against it. You don't get a little spark. You're still fishing.
Just work at it until I get it.
Yeah. It might be a minute. We'll call it 3 minutes later. You turn it over.
Any clothes in here? Anything like that?
There is a jacket laid across the passenger side of the bench seat.
Oh, I'm going to take off my hoodie and my chain coif because I've only been seen with the hoodie on, and drive back to that building. I want to cruise slowly past the fire scene, see if I see anybody I recognize. And I'm also looking for that little notch where Robin's corpse is. But I'm also keeping an eye out for Mr. I have white hair and will fuck you up.
Fuck you
Hey, Danny, you're over Cornell's corpse. You're muted.
I am going to look at the firefighters and say, "Come with me. We are not going into that building." You
They're a little bit pumped up from what just transpired. That's not part of their daily job. They don't even look to you for any sign of authority. They just, you see one of them, how can we help? What is happening?
just follow. I'm going to run around the building, looking at the roof, the eaves, and so forth, and just go around the whole building. I'll take care of Cornell in a second. I want to see what's happening. God, his
You
first.
move around on foot, the three of them in tow. You look down the street before you break line of sight. You see that the fire truck is in place. They've got it connected to fire suppression sources, and they're starting to squirt water up through the upper windows. This building is lost. They're trying to save the adjacent ones.
We're looking. If there's somebody up on the roof, we're going to need a ladder, but I don't know that yet. Move around the corner with them in tow. I have been reloading the gun off of my bandolier.
They look a little nervous as you reload, but recognizing that you're moving with them, not toward them, they bolster a bit. You round the corner of the building. There's that nook. It's about 40 feet wide and about 60, 70 feet deep. That's the back side of the building and its courtyard. It looks shockingly empty. No Bjorn, no Robin, no Blanca, no blood prints.
Where did everybody go?
There's some awful shapes on the ground that look like splatter marks. You can see a lot of blood where something hit the ground hard, maybe two somethings.
If the blood prints didn't take my trench knife, it'll still be there.
Yeah,
Oh.
You see Bjorn's trench knife laying there in the courtyard.
Last light.
You see Last Light laying there as well.
Oh boy, I know exactly then. I'm going to go retrieve Last Light and the trench knife. Slot. Stick the other one in my pocket.
What's happening here? One of the firefighters calls out. What are we facing? What's happening?
Dark magic. You know the Lady Usher? About like that.
They look at the sky to check that it's not sunset yet. We have another 40 minutes.
Well, good. But this person is walking around during the day. Man with white hair. Did I even see him? I didn't even see him. I
You
don't
never
even...
laid eyes on him.
God damn it. Somebody else. As bad, if not worse. Do I get a chance to scope and... This is unfortunate. The fact that it keeps happening outside of combat is infuriating. Oh my gosh.
You see a slender hand laying over the top of the rain gutter at the top of the building on your right.
Oh, my heart drops. I point. Do you have ladders?
The ladder truck is coming.
Get the ladders. We need to make sure she's okay. I'm not going to try and climb that because, we've had enough death already.
You do see that there is a fire access ladder on the side of the building at the back.
Then I have to walk around. Yeah. Whatever. I know my limitations.
You let the professionals deal with it.
Yeah. I'm going to go
and-
back to Cornell.
You hear the droning of sounds like a 4-stroke motor coming up your direction. You hear the squeal of tires. You look behind you and you see a bread truck with Bjorn in the driver's seat.
This is
You,
awkward.
you have to slow down. There are some firefighters in the street, Bjorn. Your headlights flash across a body laying in the street that looks a lot like Cornell.
Stop, get out, and pick him up and load him into the van. Do I see Banny?
You do. He's standing in the courtyard area where Robin fell.
Wave him over.
I come right to him.
Who else?
Blanca's up on the side of the rooftops. They're getting a ladder truck.
Where's Robin's body?
I have no idea. I didn't know she died, but I did find Last Light.
He must have taken her. Can't even think straight. Get Blanca. Get down here to the van. This mission is over. We are going back.
We can't let him take the materials. That is...
Benny, go get Blanca and get to the goddamn van.
I am now mission lead. We do not let him leave the city. Not.
You want me to go get her?
If you have the magic ability to climb up there and jump down, be my guest. There's a ladder truck coming. We should take Cornell and stick him in the hotel, but we need somebody who can detect magical things. And that, if it's not her, it's somebody else.
Rescue Blanca, and then we'll look at next steps.
I am going to take a moment to treat my own wounds, and I'm going to treat Bjorn's while we're sitting here.
The firefighters move around the backside. You see them taking necessary precautions against the falling debris from the burning building. You see that they're also banging on doors and trying to wake residents or stir residents. It's not that late. That might be within the buildings adjacent to it. As they do so, you start to see people filing out of the adjoining buildings out into the streets. It starts to get crowded.
You get 10, I get 10. It's not awesome, but it's something.
Bjorn, you loaded Cornell's body into the back of the bread truck.
I did. Now we're just waiting on the firemen to bring down Blanca.
You send them up. They do climb up. Firemen carry her down the ladder. You see about halfway down, she starts to stir. They get her down to the ground level, and the growing crowd of civilians in this area. Firefighters are pushing everybody back to a safe distance. They deposit Blanca at the edge of that perimeter. She looks woozy and disoriented. Where's Robin?
Benny, I'm going to get her into the van. Come in and work your medicine on her.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
talk in the van.
You lead her into the van?
Oh, yeah. Once the two of them are in the van, I'm going to slam the back doors, get in, and drive away.
Blanca reacts as the vehicle starts to move away. She grabs you. You're with her, right, Benny?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the team?
Point at Cornell.
She looks down at Cornell, pushes you away, and grabs him by the lapels.
Yeah, this isn't going to be good.
He's gone. We
You
need to.
feel electricity spark off of her. Where is he? Where did he go?
I don't know. I had no line of sight on him. I don't know where he is.
Cornell, fucking wake up. She smacks him in the face. Get up. The mission's not over yet. Where's Robin? Where's Robin?
I don't know.
Yell back. She's dead too.
Fuck you. She's not dead.
She's dead, and we're going back to Burgundia.
We're not.
No, we're not. This car can only go so fast, right? Yeah. We're city streets. Okay.
Well, it's also got bread truck speed.
Bread truck speed at city streets. It's got the third wheel, so it'll like tip forward if something happens.
This is a 4-wheeler, right?
Not a three-wheeler. You've got a little more stability.
Manny, come sit up front with me. We need to talk.
No, I know what you're going to say. We're not going to leave. The mission's not done. The worst person in the world is still on the loose. We take care of it. We stop his research. We shut this down. We shut the city down right now.
You burned his building down.
Take us to the
You
hag.
saw-
We didn't
you
burn
didn't.
a damn thing. You rushed out when you weren't supposed to.
Take us to the hags. They can bring him back.
No, he can't
No.
come back. We go to the hags and we have them shut the buildings down. We shut all the gates. We keep him in here with us, and we are going to hunt the fuck out of him.
Cornell, wake up. Wake up.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
Where are you driving, Bjorn?
Out of the city.
We'll tumble when he turns
You
a
head
corner.
Towards the promenade or the Grand Gate? Promenade's closest.
Try the promenade first.
You make your way through there. You pass through the evening crowds. The sun is getting close to setting at this point, and a lot of people are headed home. Restaurants are starting to shut down. Fair amount of foot traffic. You're proceeding at a normal pace or accelerated?
As fast as is safe, and encourage my passengers not to jump out.
You
Still
wave.
keep trying to coax Banny to come sit up front with me so I can talk to him. Be a
Yeah, we-
grown up. Come and talk to me.
Through the foot traffic, you make your way out the promenade.
As the foot traffic requires him to slow down, I'm
Mhm.
going to. And does Cornell have the collar?
Banny, you won't survive.
Oh, it's
You
better
can't do it
than
alone.
it's better than
Be a grown up and come and talk to me.
you're not going to talk. You're just going to try and convince me not to do what I'm going to do.
See, now you're being prideful and foolish. How many more lives do you need to lose of your friends? Are you ready to sacrifice Blanca too? Because
No.
she'll go with you if you go.
She has her own choices.
She will go with you if you go. You
She
know
looks
that,
up-
that she looks up to you.
She looks up at you through her disheveled hair. Her eyes are on fire. She's holding Cornell's corpse, and she looks bent for hell.
Does
Blanca,
does
we need to fight another day. No
Does-
one knows this more than me.
does Cornell have the collar?
Does Cornell
He
have
does.
color?
I grab the collar. I'm out the back as soon as he slows down for foot traffic.
You pull the collar. Blanca recoils just in the presence of it. She does crab crawl back towards the cab within eyesight of Bjorn. You can get a hand on her collar if you want to, Bjorn.
I will. I'll reach back and grab her. Impy, stop it.
She struggles against you. She can't overpower you. You've got a death grip on her.
Pull her in as close to me as I can get. Did you jump out of the back of the van?
Yeah. Keep her safe.
Idiot.
Athletics.
Turn around and run him over.
20.
20.
Here you go.
Does that cut it?
He lands. You see him stagger a little bit as he goes out the back through the rearview mirror, rifle in hand. He's out into the night.
I am going to make my way to the Corsair District ASAP.
You start making your way across the old city streets. Blanca is pulling against your might, Bjorn. As much as she tries to, she can't escape you. Let me go! He'll die
Okay.
up there. Let me go.
We have to recover. If we go back now, it's death. We need to recover.
It was death
Benny
when
is
you
being
came here.
foolish and prideful, and he's not ready for this by himself.
Don't let him go. Go back for him.
He's going to take all of us with him. We need to rest. He's going to be just fine. He's going to be safe because he's going to very quickly realize he's in over his head. We will rest. Then we will go back for him.
You look down at her. Her mascara has run down her face. Her lipstick is smeared from wiping away whatever. She looks like a really awful clown.
You look better than he's going to look after I get a hold of him. I'm going to activate his dental plan. Jumping out of the back of a van, barely able to stand on his own. And where is he going? He's going back to the hags. The hags that have been so much help to us.
Where are we going?
We're going to find a hotel or a motel or something, even if it's a cabin in the woods, but we're going to rest.
The Bahnhof. There's always a hotel near the Bahnhof.
I want to get away from the city.
Her resistance to your restraint ebbs.
I don't let go of her collar.
Smart.
I'll just keep talking to her, though, to kind of
Where's,
keep her engaged.
did you see Robin? Where did she go?
Robin fell off the building, Impy. She's gone.
She has a body. We have to catch it. We have to reclaim it.
Yeah, and we would have, but I think the Blood Prince has taken it.
You hear her fist pound against the base of the truck. I knew this was going to happen.
Understand this, Impy. We do not sacrifice the living to recover the dead. We have Cornell. We will bury him.
Let me go. I won't leave. I need to hold Cornell.
Impy, if you jump out of this van, you're going to break your neck or an ankle, and then I'm going to come and beat you until you can't see straight.
I promise I won't go.
Oh, let her go.
She pulls away from you immediately. You see her dart towards the back of the van and pull the doors closed.
She pulls them closed.
Yep. She drops down and lays next to Cornell, and you see body quakes consume her. She's
Just
gone.
drive on in silence, looking for a roadside motel, something in the woods, cabins to rent, something away from the city.
You pass enough flashing lights. Eventually, Old Town is a rearview mirror and a thought. You find yourself out in the suburb areas. You see a motel on the roadside. It's sign on, flashing vacancy.
Park around behind it. Go get us a room. Pay cash.
You find it convenient you speak Gallic.
I do.
They put you up for the night.
Leave Cornell in the van. Get a blanket out of the hotel room to wrap him up, but we're not gonna be seen carrying a corpse into the motel.
You go out to the back of the van, open up the doors. Cornell's covered in a wet spot around his chest, and Blanca's clinging to him.
Is she in the hotel now, and it's just the two of us?
Yep.
Wrap him up. He was my friend too. We'll see you safely in the earth, my friend. Do not park the van anywhere near our room. Park it down from our room. And go inside and see if she needs me to hold her till she goes to sleep. And
She
stay
eventually-
awake, cursing Vanny Elkind for his pride and stupidity.
Once you pried her away from Cornell's corpse, She clefts to you, and you get up to the room, and she won't be separated from you. That papoose action you pulled on the roof is reversed now.
Yeah. Now I'm wearing her in the front.
Yeah.
I know. I'm an enabler.
Danny, you're running through the streets, your eyes filled with blood and vengeance. You pass through the area where there's heavy foot traffic headed towards the Corsair district. You get a couple of blocks. You see a man step from a side street as you're jogging down. He's dressed in a suit, but it looks like it's a little beleaguered, maybe a couple of years out of fashion. Whoa, friend, where are you going in such a hurry? You're carrying your weapon outwardly, right? Over your back?
Yes. Unmuted. Okay. Yes, it's sticking out over the back right now.
He steps out with his hands up. Whoa, friend, wait.
Who are you?
The Medusa sisters.
Let's have an audience right now. Take me to them.
You are no mood for negotiations or
No.
discussion.
Not. We got to lock down the city. If he leaves the city, this whole mission is lost. They will be constantly under threat. We need to take care of this now, before he has a chance to get whatever.
Friend, he tries to take your hand. Listen to me.
Ooh.
Listen to me. What has happened has happened. It has already transpired. It is too late.
Has he left? He has not left. I need somebody who can detect where he's at.
My friend, I am told he is already in the wind.
Oh,
What is not in the wind is his research.
okay. We find that now.
They are in transit. We could not block them at the export. The movie company pulled up stakes this afternoon. They are transporting his goods. They don't know what it is, but they have already left.
The moving company or the moving company?
The movie company,
The movie company.
the film organization, the threat of Lady Usher was too much for the production. They have
So
pulled
they
up
left.
stakes and are leaving. They have many production trucks. They are transporting his research. They are on the road already, half an hour. If you wish to catch them, you must move with the speed of light.
Well, a motorcycle should do. I can do that. Do you know the route that they're taking?
They have left the city. They are beyond our reach. They are not on the ocean, so the sisters cannot affect them.
You know what? A lot of goddamn work they did for us. We've sacrificed at least 2 lives.
My friend,
What is the
I will
most
help in
direct?
any way I can.
I want a map of the most direct path that they would take to get back to Paris.
He calls out to you almost from memory the road. It is an easy journey from here to Paris. The border is only 20 kilometers.
If it's
Beyond
only
that, 20 kilometers to the border. Beyond that, you are in God's hands.
but they've been gone for 30 minutes, which means they probably hit that. Maybe.
It is local traffic only. The highways are not much use for the first 10 miles.
It's worth a shot. I'm going to come back and I want an audience with the sisters.
You have done them a great service, so perhaps they will entertain that.
I
The
don't
blight
mind. Yeah. Into the arms of the king. I wouldn't mind burning this whole place down.
Not disparage us.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same for you. Pull out my keys, and I start hoofing to the
Hotel car park.
yeah. Go and get the motorcycle.
Bjorn, you're up in the room. Occasionally, Blanca fist pounds against your chest. Not hard, but enough to remind you that she's not asleep yet. Your chest is wet from tears.
Just stroke her hair, try to get her to sleep. I'll stay up for a while, and then I'll sleep too. I need to get the rest. I've got 1 hit point. I'm sorry, 11 hit points. Can't go to war with 11 hit points.
She eventually surrenders to exhaustion. You do too, probably around the same time. Benny, you get to the sidecar motorcycle.
I am ripping through the city at this point. Get through the city, get out the gate, start following the roads that he prescribed, and start looking for trucks. It's going to be a ways, but it's a race against time at this point. I impunity, weaving through traffic, not really paying much attention.
Traveling at reckless speeds.
Gosh, shouldn't do that. It would be just below reckless. I don't trust myself enough to do that. It is.
I trust you to do that.
Yeah.
What else do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah. Just my life. 24 on my pilot check. I don't know. I can't remember what the rules are for that, so I should probably pull that out.
You leave Virgenka, headed south. You're on D137. You see roadsides ahead of you, counting out distance. You do realize that there are mile markers that count down the distance to the border. 17 kilometers and counting.
Well, I'm going to eat those up. Take my any slow traffic, I will make my way around them. I want to keep an even speed. Got to get
You
there.
drive. Once the sun is fully down, it gets a bit chilly even in summer at these speeds. You hit an interchange following the signs towards the border, 10 kilometers.
Looking for trucks. Looking for trucks.
You get within 6 kilometers of the border, and you see that the roadway has been augmented to a degree. You see that there are divergent roads going off to the sides. You can see what looks like electric lights and tent cities off to either side of the road. It has a military feel to it.
This is, oh, and this is this side of the road. This is the Icenian side of the road.
Correct. You get to a point in the road where you look ahead about 1 kilometer and you can see tail lights ahead of you.
I am, is there any loose military personnel that I can see, or?
No soldiers on the shoulder. Looks like you're probably a football field from any of these tent city settlements.
Okay, I'm going to hit the shoulder and I'm going down it. I'm just going to go right up to the or until I see soldiers or until I hit the border.
You get up to the taillights then. You're staying on the road?
Yeah, until I have to get around, because I will just shoulder it.
Roll a percentage for me.
There they are. 000?
100%.
100%.
You pull up to the back of a line of, come on, settle, 4 vehicles. You can see that all 4 vehicles appear to be the part of the production company convoy. They are stopped at a military checkpoint.
Okay, I move past them to the military checkpoint.
You pull off the road onto the shoulder.
Yep.
As you drive up the side, you see flashlights and a spotlight turn your direction. You, even over the wind noise, hear the ratcheting or the cycling of weapons as you approach.
As soon as I hear that, I park the bike, pull it off to the side. I pull out my badge and advance.
You move up to the front of the convoy where the soldiers are. They are hot. Weapons are aimed high and triggers are ripe.
Got my hands up, got the badge out.
Get forward! Hands up! Drop the weapon!
Dropped.
On your knees.
Okay. I'll drop down to my knees.
You see that 3 of them are standing back. 1 moves forward and behind you and pulls the badge out of your hand and then steps back. Weapon still trained. You see the shine of his flashlight moving on the pavement in front of you in the dirt as he inspects your credentials. He speaks in, what is Icenian?
Cornish.
Cornish.
You understand him?
I do understand him. I'm not great at it, but I can understand him.
You are Special Agent?
Special Agent Benny Elkind, yes.
What is your mission? Why are you in our country?
There is a war criminal, and his research is in a few trucks that are behind me. I would request that we search and we apprehend everybody associated with that, and you take it back to your government. I don't care as long as it doesn't get into Clovia.
You see him glance back over his shoulder at the convoy, and he whistles 2 times really loud back towards the inspecting officers and holds up a fist. Why are you operating in our borders?
I have permission to be here. I have a card in my pocket if you want to call. Nacht Richter does have jurisdiction in this place as long as it's given to us by ISS. I understand that.
You see him take your badge, tuck it into a pocket, arms behind your back. He cuffs you.
Just do not let anyone else through, please.
He nods. You see the information pass through their squad back towards the gate, and you see a log jam starting to appear behind the caravan. You undergo about an hour of interrogation from a base commander who's not very happy to see you. He looks at your wounds, your condition. After he's satisfied, which takes longer than it should have, he finally has you uncuffed, and the 2 of you are sharing a canvas tent. You see that there are guards outside. You've been stripped of all weapons. You were down to just being Danny and a smile.
That's all I need most of the time. The movie production company is the one we need to pull off to the side. Everybody else could probably go.
You're in the presence of Major Iverson.
Iverson. Well met. Hey.
It does not make me happy to have you here in our custody. I'll have you say that. I'll have you know that in advance. Had we been forewarned of your incursion into our space, that would have been one thing. We have delayed the company from departing, though the circumstances are most unusual.
I absolutely agree. And I can give you a few names. The one who actually created this research is actually a war criminal, Edward Minot. Look him up and see if he's somebody of interest for you. Now, he got away and he killed 2 of my team. This is the last thing I could possibly do.
Because they are a Clovian movie production company, it was very easy to delay them. So I think you should leave this in our hands. Perhaps you can get a good night's sleep, and we will share with you what we find in the morning.
I am perfectly fine with that as long as those packages do not go across the border. Do you have a tent? Do you have some food that I can have? It's been a hard day.
You will find yourself a private tent. I will have some food brought to you. If I get any kind of guff from you, the repercussions will be swift.
As I expect they would. I will be the most polite company. I appreciate your assistance.
He calls to a sergeant who's outside the tent. You are escorted to a nearby tent, and 2 guards are outside. You see that you are stopped by an individual who passes their hand over you a couple of times. Do you have any magic on you?
Besides all the weapons that have been shed, no. Well, actually, I've got that collar.
You've got that collar. Yeah,
I got the collar. We were going to use this to apprehend him.
Did we ever decide whether or not the collar would detect his magic?
Oh,
It's an artifact, absolutely.
yeah, it glows like the sun, I'm sure.
You are relieved of the collar and assured that anything that rightfully belongs to you will be returned upon your release.
Now, I believe that the research would probably shine like the sun as well. I don't know what it was. I don't know what your capabilities are, but just make sure nobody gets it. This is my heart and soul. This is my mission. Nothing else matters.
He pulls a fat cigar out of the ashtray, tugs hard on it. These are difficult times. You understand.
This is ammunition for this war that you're looking at. I point south. Thank you. And I go to the tent.
Man,
Bjorn,
just hope you don't have any Clovian sympathizers in this guard squad.
Don't trigger me.
Bjorn, you awake with a full bladder and nightmares that chased you from your sleep.
Go relieve myself, smoke half a pack of cigarettes, stare out the window, try to go back to sleep.
You're in a dive motel, the outskirts of Virginka. A young mage on the bed, soaked in tears. You're still wet, a little bit cold from having absorbed half of that wetness.
Yeah, and the rest of it blood. I'm going to take a shower, I think is appropriate. And then clean my weapons, make sure everything's loaded. I am -1 great axe and 1 trench knife. But I still have a couple of weapons tucked away here and there.
No doubt.
Yeah, shower, clean, and then try to sleep, even if it's just in the chair. Just make sure that things are quiet for her so she gets a full rest.
She's catatonic. She doesn't wake while you shower. Even your return doesn't disturb her. She's got a purr, like a snore. She's out.
Make sure she's covered up. stare out at the night and wish I could go find Banny to shake some sense into him.
Benny, you don't sleep well at all. You're exhausted when you awake. A lieutenant pulls back the drape of your curtain and invites you to join him. You see daylight outside.
I join him.
He leads you to the tent of Major Iverson, and the lieutenant steps in with you. You pass by a couple of guards. Good morning, Mr. Elkind. Have a seat.
Good morning, Commander. Was it Commander?
Major.
Major. Good morning, Major. I will take a seat.
The film company was more than happy to turn over the information and research and everything you had indicated. I have received information from headquarters that these are to be quarantined and sent back to Icenia for further research. Does that satisfy your mission in our country?
Every bit of it.
Then you are free to go, sir. Your weapons are in a vehicle at the edge of camp. I have assigned a man to drive you to a destination of your choosing.
I'd like to go back to Rajinka. Now, keep an eye out. Oh, I never saw him, so I don't know what he looks like. Our actual target's in the wind. And this is going to be devastating to his research, but it doesn't stop him from bringing it all back. Hope that this war goes well for us, because it's inevitable. Thank you again.
He looks at you with the resolve of a man who knows it's coming. War is never good, but when it comes, we must meet it.
Yep. I give.
You have a rank in your organization, sir?
Senior agent.
Senior Agent Elkind, thank you for your service. We will take it from here.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I turn towards who the driver is and...
Fresh-faced boy of 17.
Can I drive? Can I drive? No.
He looks sternly at you. Please. You spend a little over an hour getting back to Rajinka.
Oh, you guys can keep this motorcycle. I'm sure you can find, there's some ammo in there, so if you can find a gun that sits on it, you're great.
It's already been absorbed into the forest, don't worry about it.
Keys. Yeah, okay. I head back.
The base commander took personal custody of that.
Those are quite handy at times of war.
Yes. Or taking your girlfriend for a spin.
The young private, you get near the outskirts of Rajinka. Is there a particular place I can take you, sir? Something, hotel or?
Take me to the city hotel. I still have a room there. It's up in the top, if you didn't know.
You get inside. You can see smoke is still billowing out a few blocks away from the city hotel.
I check all the gear, check the equipment, pack things up, and sit on the bed.
The hotel manager greets you with the enthusiasm of an old friend.
Another room or another night. Let's pay for another night.
Very good, he says in a very deep Gallic accent.
Yeah. Not that I should have to pay you for another night. I paid you plenty, but I'll take... Never mind. I'm fine. Has anybody called? Has anybody reached out?
Bjorn, would that be part of your method for tracking down Banny?
the idiot that jumped out of a moving van. No. I will come back and look for him when we are ready.
No calls, sir.
Okay.
We're now like 10 a.m. the next day, though, right?
Yes.
I am actually so Axe. Damn. I'm gonna walk around. So is there smoke coming out of the top of the building?
You make your way over. The fire department has left. There's stones that have fallen from the structure up above into the street. It looks like the very top 2 floors have crumbled. The rest of it seems to have been saved.
Is the roof intact?
No, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Yeah. I'll walk around it. I assume he's out of the building, or not. I assume that he's into the wind completely by the way of what the Corsair said. But I probably will go and wander that direction and have a meal there and ask for an audience. But I'm going to leave everything but the Derringer and the Toro in the hotel room.
You go for an audience with
The Hags.
Bjorn, Blanca stirs close to 10 a.m.
Tell her to study. I will get some food. And then we will go back and look for Banny. But
She
we are
leaves.
leaving. You understand the need for this, yes?
She nods. She's not very talkative today.
We need to go home. We're going back to the coast. We are going to get an airship to Icinia to home. We're going to cut our losses and bury our friends.
She leaves her book on the bedstand and goes into the bathroom, and you hear the shower turn on.
Go down and see if there's any kind of food available. Something very quick, easy, light, and where I don't have to take my eyes off of the motel room door.
They are serving roasted tomatoes, sausages, eggs, a very hearty Icenian breakfast.
Well, naturally, Bjorn will load up, but I'll just bring something light for her.
Bjorn, this brings you more comfort than you've felt in a long time. The umami of the tomatoes, the deep, fatty, rich saltiness of the sausages seems to pour into the absent spaces torn from you last night.
It's not going to be filled up with food, but I can't help anybody if I'm weak and unrested. I have much verbal abuse to unleash on Banny Elkin today, but I will exercise and practice for it. Make sure that Blanca got some healing while she was asleep.
Yeah, her constitution sucks, but she gets healing regardless.
Yeah. Suggest to her that she go a little heavy, but that she do her special witchery that she can control people's minds and put them to sleep and so forth. This is not going to be a combat day, but be ready just in case. This is a let's go pick up our luggage and our friend today.
So before she goes in the shower, those are your instructions?
Yep.
Yeah, she's terse and tight-lipped, but she nods.
And I'll give her instructions until she starts to function like an adult.
You finish breakfast.
Ask the hotel clerk. This is a strange request, but we hit a skunk in our vehicle. Do you have any of those little trees, the ones that smell good? Do you have a couple hundred of them?
I'm going to guess that those little pine tree things have been around a long time.
I think so.
They have a van they use for shuttling people around, and of course, there's one hanging in there.
Tie it up right.
Just tuck it into his pockets or whatever. There,
Open his mouth.
oh God.
I mean, at some point, you're going to be better off hanging it over your nose.
I know.
It just depends on how long you keep that corpse in that van.
Oh. Well, I bury
What time
him in
of
his
year is
native
it?
soil, but that's even further.
Summer.
Yes.
Cornell is bacon.
Here. Swollen.
Yeah,
Curd
once
Union
I've
bacon's
done
not good bacon.
what I can for him, I'm gonna also heist whatever soaps I can find out of the bathroom. If I can find a maid's cart, I own that shit. Even if I have to pay her to empty all the little soaps and everything out of it.
You find one of the little carts out in the hallway. You pilfer to your heart's content.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity,
We were at 20.
does Bjorn or Blanca know Cornell's religious inclinations?
I'm sure Blanca knows.
Because if not, you're getting a Viking funeral.
I think that would be perfectly appropriate. Viking funeral's awesome.
You went like a warrior. It's would be most appropriate.
I can't remember off the cuff his religious background.
You never told me, so I don't know.
I'll have to
I
look
thought he
down
was
here.
straight up atheist. I didn't
But
expect him
but
to.
it was a funny comment, so I had to ask.
I'm sure in those few intimate moments, they had on their little honeymoon.
I'm sure he had tendencies one way or another, even if he wasn't devout.
Yeah.
Most people that do have some sort of belief, even if they are atheist.
And
Not
Beria
always,
would
but
make sense with a Venetian bent, a special one.
Before we leave, Keith, Bjorn's going to swipe the plates off of the motel's shuttle van and swap them out with the bread truck. And then we'll drive back to the city.
Can't be too safe. You and Blanca get into the front seats together. She's wearing no makeup. Her hair is done up with a long braid down her back. She looks like she's mission ready. She's dressed in unremarkable clothing that's tight fitting, close. She turns to you. I'm ready.
You know, we are just picking up luggage and Vanny and leaving. And kind of jerk my thumb back. He deserves to be taken care of by friends, not to add more people to mourn.
Let's go find Fanny. I can't. She just stops.
Drive to our shitty little hotel across from the building we burned to the ground.
You pull up in front of the city hotel.
Yeah. Park in their breezeway. Go take the keys. Come, Impy.
She hops out. She's acting chipper.
You
know
Make her
better.
come with me while we go down to the room.
Did I make it back from having a Congress?
Let's say the Congress it happens before they get there because you had plenty of time to get up and you didn't sleep well.
No. But I would have. Should I role play through the clearing the air with the hags, or?
Yes.
What is the point of your interaction?
I want an audience, and to burn a bridge. Gotta let it go.
And he wants to vent his spleen.
Yes. You get into the Corsair district. Jacques Lamont greets you at the front counter where the pastries are located. He adjusts his hat and his moderately priced suit. Good morning.
Shut up. I want an audience.
Are you armed?
Yes. I will leave them on the table if you'd like.
I apologize, monsieur. The sisters are unavailable.
Oh, I just killed everything on my desk. Wow, that was great. I slapped the
He holds
table.
up his hands. I understand things have gone.
Don't just stop talking. I need to talk to them. Not going to have, there's no harm here, but the goodwill that we have shown in being here in the first place and the lack of response, the lack of respect it has to be spoken about.
This is not your home.
No,
Is that correct?
it is not my home.
We live here. We deal with the repercussions of what you did or did not do.
Continue.
I have been informed that they are not available to talk to you, and I cannot take you upstairs. Do not vent your frustrations on me. I am the messenger. But understand that the Witch of Augustina has work to do, and it no longer involves you.
I can strangle this organization. I can cut off every black market deal you ever thought you could have. We let you operate here.
Good day, Mr. Elkind.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
He tips his hat.
And I leave. And then I light off the incendiaries that are all positioned around the bottom of the building.
It's a long walk back to the hotel. You step into the lobby. You see a bread truck parked out front.
I recognize this bread truck.
Yeah, you jumped out of it last night.
I check to make sure my Derringer is loaded. It's got the 2 45s in it.
It won't be much against a Yeti, but go ahead.
Well, I just
If
have
you
to
shoot
shoot
me,
first.
I'm going to be very, very, very angry.
You step into the lobby and you see an enormous Viking and a wayfish redhead standing at the counter talking with the hotel manager.
Are we leaving?
We're leaving. Are you ready?
We're all packed.
Good.
Walk past them, go to the room, start picking up all the stuff. Grab Cornell's bag. Grab mine. Probably 2 or 3 trips.
Yes, we'll grab everybody's luggage and personal effects, load it all into the bread truck. Benny, do you want to sit up front with me?
Say
Or would you
anything to me.
prefer to sit back near the escape hatch?
I am going to sit in the place where you can't talk to me. How's that?
Wonka, are you going to be an adult and ride up front?
She nods, pushes the big brown into the back, and as she does so, you see her cringe a bit.
I know, Impy. I would tell you that it gets easier, but that would be a lie.
She convulses, settles into her seat, and stares out the window. Just go home, Bjorn.
Drive us back to the airfield where we arrived.
You do
Did
hit
we get-
traffic.
Did you want to
That
look
thing-
for your axe? Or
It's just a tool, Benny.
About a third of the way back towards the coast, you do hit that same traffic. You're bogged down for the better part of 40 minutes waiting for that to work its way out. By mid-afternoon, you hit the coast, get to an airship deployment area, purchase some tickets. What's your route home?
We're going to go up through Alamania. And if we need to pay extra for a metal transport casket for our friend, then Bjorn will take care of that. If we didn't have round trip tickets, he'll purchase the tickets as well. But yeah, we're going to skirt over Clovia.
Okay. You fly through Icenia. You have an hour layover in London. No such conjugal visits this time around. No forewarning.
No forewarning. I'm going to let them know in this, in as few words as possible, that his research was stopped at the border. It was taken into custody.
Good.
We did our part as much as possible.
They really don't know how to respond to that. I'm glad you feel better about the mission.
I feel better about the mission as much
I
as
don't.
I can.
We lost 2 friends, and for what? What do we have to show for it?
We have a
The
crate.
mage is still at large, and someone told you they found the research.
No, they found the research.
You saw it?
They pulled it out of the truck. I don't know what it looks like.
So you feel good about the mission. We'll write it up together, or you can write it up. I really don't care. I have a friend to bury and a young woman to take care of. And you need to talk to someone, Benny.
Yes, I do.
You jumped out of the back of a moving van and you chose untrustworthy hags over your own people.
I don't see how that's a point worth taking.
I won't bring it up again, but that is how I feel.
The hags told us where he was. He's inside of the building. They said he's inside of the apartment.
Any informant could have said that. They said he was inside the building, but he wasn't.
He was inside the building. What you saw was a trap, and you ran right at it with full speed.
And
We would have had better luck just burning the building down. Like I suggested the first time, it looks like it happened anyway. But it's not the point. We should have moved in together. I got stuck on the roof. It's my fault that I wasn't in with everybody else. But we should have coordinated an attack.
nobody is pointing any guilt fingers at you.
I feel it.
And you could play should have, could have, would have the entire time. It doesn't change the fact that we lost 2 beloved friends for nothing. And sometimes the missions are like that, but I don't have to like it.
We didn't lose the mission. We did not lose everything. We lost him.
Who benefited from the death of our friends?
Stop it. Just stop it. How are we going to honor our friends? That's the next mission.
Agreed. Let's get them home.
We don't even have
Angela.
Robin's not. You see her kind of reflect on her apartment. You know she's got to go home to a room full of Robin's stuff.
I will have Lagertha come with you when you are ready. Impy, do you wish to report to your mother, or do you want us to do it?
I'll do it. The mission lead's gone.
I think it's most appropriate for you to do it. Benny and I will begin to prepare for Cornell. Yeah?
Services. Yes.
I will find some of Robin's things. We will make a proper memorial. She has family. We should find a way to let them know or get some measure to them. It seems appropriate.
I think you should let your mother handle that.
Yes, I agree.
These were not Richter agents after all. Your mother lost them as well as us.
You guys are aboard the airship. You've departed London, headed south through Alemanian airspace. It's well after dark by now. Your arrival is about 8 a.m. You will land in Zurich.
Get some transport back to Habsburg from there. Bring everything and everyone with us. Take it all back to the castle.
You arrive closer to noon at Habsburg Castle. Taxi drops you at the security gate.
We probably should call the lorry. We've got a lot of stuff. And a
You
body.
call from the Bahnhof and have them send down the
Yeah.
Bogwart.
Bogwart.
Okay. One of the security men is driving. He pulls up, hops out of the cab, drops down, sees the steel box.
I'm sure we know the security people by name. I'm going to ask him to see if either Isaac or the quartermaster has a Kurg national colors tucked away somewhere.
I'm sure we can accommodate.
And ask Banny if he'll help me carry the box down to the infirmary.
Yep.
Security is easily passed through since you've got one of their own with you. There is a cursory check just in case. They can't abandon all security. You get into the courtyard. And
That's not a box they want to look in for long. Sorry, I ran out of soap.
Wolfgang is in the courtyard when you arrive. You see him outside having a smoke. Looks like he's got a bandage around his knee. Looks like a gunshot wound.
Oh, it's been a hard summer for no correct here. Look at Impy. Are you all right to go talk to your mother?
She steals her will, jumps down out of the cab. I'll go upstairs.
We will be here.
I'll see you in the common.
Yeah. Banny, are you ready for a drink?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm ready
Did we
to
take
get
the box
a
in?
raging drink.
Yep. Just
You see
get
the door to the kitchen open up. You see Klaus look out into the yard and then look back inside, and then a woman pushes past him. You see Largatha step out onto the little landing that has a half dozen steps down to the bailey. The bailey.
Stand there with my hands on my hips. Well,
She moves down the steps and moves at a quickened gait across the open bailey your direction. You can see her eyes are wet as she crosses the ground toward you.
grab her by her shoulders. Are you an agent yet?
I'm finishing my courses. I will soon be ready for field action.
So you are a trainee.
Yes.
I will allow you this once to hug a senior agent. Big bear hug.
She puts her hand back on her hip. You pull her in before she gets a chance to pose.
Crush.
Oh, hate you. You see her, you feel her beating against you. I thought you were gone. I heard the mission went badly.
Yeah, I did. I heard you are last in your class, academically and physically.
She just shakes her head. You cannot shame me. I know I am good.
Then we will meet in the yard tomorrow for military presses. Yeah? They're good. They build the bosoms.
Does it look like I need help?
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know. You get some interesting looks. We are going to drink, Benny and I. You are going to need to make yourself available for Blanca. She's going to need some support. More than men can give her.
She nods. You see her knit her brows together and firm her resolve. She points towards the commander's tower. I will wait for her here.
Good. Benny, what are you waiting for?
I'm right on your ass, buddy.
Let's start drinking.
Let's. What bottle am I going to consume tonight, and then save till tomorrow?
Bottle
And then,
singular.
well, you got to start slow.
Bjorn is going to tie on a raging, stumbling, speaking a different language, falling down, sleeping in his own vomit kind of drunk.
Do you go to private quarters for this or public space?
Oh, we'll go right out there in the middle of the commons.
Yeah.
So in Habsburg Castle, right there in the common room, underneath the portrait of a previously fallen comrade.
And any other Knock Richter person that wants to join us should join us.
Wolfgang makes his way in. You see him stamp out the cigarette and enter in. What are we drinking to?
We're drinking to Robin and Cornell. And I want to hear every ridiculous story about them, every fantastical lie you ever made up about them. We're going to celebrate their lives tonight.
He pulls up a chair, pulls a bottle down, and starts pouring for himself.
Oh, as soon as he sits down, I'm pouring him a bottle. I'm pouring in, one of the tumblers. I'm just filling it up. I'm gonna do it the same for me. It's whiskey.
So Wolfgang, I will tell you this story about a gypsy werewolf and Robin, and then just go off on the most ridiculous, embarrassing tale that I can, and we're gonna laugh like idiots and cry and celebrate their lives and decide what their oil paintings should look like. I think that the Kurg should look more stern, not silly like you usually did.
You guys are 3/4 way through that first bottle, well onto a roaring hangover. When Blanca darkens the doorway, you see her face is wet, her eyes are red. She sees you're drinking, and you see a smile broaden her face. She walks into the room, grabs whoever's glass is the most full, and shoots it.
Oh, whoa.
Andy, do you still have Robin's pistols, the ones that you loved so much?
I have one of them.
Let's not give that to the armory. Let's have it framed and put under her portrait in the hall, yeah?
Sure. Set it on the table.
Yeah. No one should have used that but her anyway.
Bjorn, you're making that resolution, calling out for that future moment. You see at the back of the kitchen, because you're able to look in there, you see the commander in the kitchen area. You see her kind of sullen and addressing the kitchen staff. The two of you lock eyes for a moment. She looks your direction and just gives a nod.
Look at the spot on the bench next to me and nod back.
You see the indecision ripple across her. She wants the troops to have a moment.
Pour a second glass and set it in front of the empty space.
She drags her feet at first, and then you see resolve take the place of reservation. She steps down the 2 stairs from the kitchen into the common room.
Pat the seat next to me.
When she walks in, I'm gonna stumble to my feet and bow, and then flop back in the seat.
Then you're a jackass.
She puts a hand on your shoulder, slides it up to your cheek, gives it a harder than you expect tap. I'm not a queen, damn you.
Milady.
You reach over to your bottle. To the fallen.
Drink to that.
Fallen.
Get her to sit next to me, and then very familiarly grab her by the back of the neck, pull her in close, and whisper in her ear, "Tonight you are one of us," and give her a big furry Viking kiss on the cheek.
She bristles at the contact, but your statement softens her. She puts an arm around you and extends one over to Banny as well. Comrade. Tonight we drink.
And
Oh.
tell the rest of the group about what a great sniper Banny is, and that he's surgical with a rifle and a wall. Not so much on a roof, but on a wall.
Flat roof, please. Just give me a flat roof. I could do
Flat
this.
roof. If the wind conditions are just right, and somebody else assembles his rifle and loads it for him,
Fuck.
then he's deadly.
The commander, after several drinks and a little bit of her reserve is gone, starts talking about early recruitment and what drew her interest to certain people into the organization. She talks about Robin and her urban upbringing and her transition from being a champion for the people at the orphanage to being a amateur bounty hunter in Genf. She also brings up some of her personal feuds and interactions with people she had in the city, and how that moxie that she showed and her desire brought her into the focus of the Nacht Richter charter and made her an easy person to try to recruit, though she wasn't easy to bring into an organization with structure and rigidity and all those things. Robin was a rogue through and through. She zagged when everybody else zigged. And it was only in the last few months where that side of her defenses were at least lowered. The prickly pears were down at least to friendlies. And
Oh, hogwash. She was a prickly pain in the ass all the time. But
Only to you.
She always showed up. She always showed up. And I will always envy Cornell because he got to go to Hungary with you and fight the Blood Countess next to you. I miss that. We will have to dig up another vampire so I can make up for it. Fanny,
I'll work on that. I think I know
just
somebody.
look through any of your ex-girlfriends. They would do.
Yeah, they sure would. Do. I remember Cornell when we were in Neuchâtel, and he looked so lost. And
so many bullets.
I've
God.
never seen such a sponge.
It's like the Cardinals' men, they could shoot the walls and they would ricochet into him. He was doomed. I thought we'd never.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, from there on, I felt like I had to stand in front of him before he got shot because he
Oh.
was just a magnet
Until the airdrop.
until the airdrop. I've never seen such cool.
He scares me. He scared me then. I think his ghost is still dangerous.
I am not surprised.
Yeah,
No.
let's get this scalpel out of the armory and frame that and put that under his portrait. I think he could sneak up on someone and do as much damage with that scalpel as I could in the rage with the battle axe, which I need to find a new axe.
You lost your axe?
Yeah. I was lined up to kill the blood prince with a truly magnificent throw, if I do say so myself. And then the foul winds of witchcraft interfered with me, as always, and I lost the axe. But I jumped off a building.
I saw that. Blanca says, I unleashed the most deadly stream of lightning at him I knew how to muster, and it stopped 15 feet short of him and ricocheted off of some kind of a sphere. I never had a chance.
We will all see him again. And next time, perhaps it will be different. This time, he was just an opponent, but next time, at least for me, he is a blood enemy. And Commander, I think that the echelon ranks have been sufficiently thinned for at least a while. And you will see that in your report. They're also down one boat.
That was a beautiful. I didn't actually see what you guys did to it, but I saw
We
the
blew it
smoke.
up. We blew it up. We turned it into kindling.
Yeah, I had to divert the police who were walking the wall at the time.
Yeah, thank you for that. Wooden boats blow up so very nicely. And the best part is when you are walking away from it in slow motion as it explodes behind you.
You're not even off the
like
The wind came along and cupped me and floated me
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
caressed your buttocks, sent you packing, but not
Yeah.
hurting. So, hey,
something bit me.
Something jumped up
something
and bit me. Knock Richter called that $1 million wound, but they must keep that money.
Oh shit! This is a
So this is the most dangerous night since Elspeth.
Yeah.
I just want to recognize that because I have been present for both.
Yep.
yeah, actually,
Yeah, this was.
But that one wasn't Bjorn's fault.
No, but that was someone's fault.
Who's not here?
That's the thing is it both nights were someone's fault. Well, debatably.
Debatably.
Yeah.
I don't know how we could
Even the night
structure
you lost.
ourselves into bring him into a chess match and not die.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it does come down to like very individual actions. Things happened, people did things, and
I
we
could
are where
have
we
had
are.
a good shot that would have taken that thing's head off before it hit you last. I missed two,
But
with a 4 and a
you
6.
didn't. But you didn't, and Cornell's dead.
Yep.
Does that weigh on Bonnie?
Oh, absolutely. He hasn't talked about it because nobody else saw it.
And I really hoped we had some time before John had a dip that we could talk about tonight's session. Because this was a big session.
I was. You got me for a little while longer.
We got 10 minutes as I see it.
Yeah.
All right, let's drop the canvas of role play and move into conversation.
Let's talk about tonight's session because this was big. This was huge. 2 characters died. That is massive.
Yeah.
And it very easily could have been more than that.
And they weren't NPCs.
Bjorn, you were 1 action away from joining them.
Yep.
That hero point was the only thing between you and gone.
But he knew that jumping off the building, he knew he could get back up because he had a hero point.
Yeah.
I thought he was Bushido, but I guess not.
Well, it was because it was very final action. Because if he couldn't get away in his following around, he's dead.
Yeah.
It's like I'm probably dead here, but I might have a chance. Yeah.
I really misjudged the whole rule mechanics of jumping on somebody. From
I did my best for you.
I know you did.
Oh fuck! I broke out my absolute best for you to rule lawyer you into hitting your target.
You did. I just thought it would do a whole lot more damage.
Well, I offered you the mechanics of what that would do beforehand.
Yep.
And you were like, "Yeah, give that to me," but then we moved on too fast, and you never got it.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure DC 15, the guy's gonna get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But even
if we had actually had that conversation, you would have known. But even then, it was still like you had to get off that roof.
Yep. And I could picture if I started climbing down the side, he would just pick me off while I was hanging to the side of the building. I had one rage moment left, one last 6 seconds of it. So I thought I would drop some bear on him. Thought it would do a whole lot more than it did.
I honestly thought you were gonna use your hero point to come back up, and then use your last rage and bank on your like 20 hit points and just maul him. I honestly I thought that was your plan.
Yeah, I
But I
was
didn't
thinking
know-
about it, but I couldn't rage anymore. I had used up the full minute, and then it's another minute before you can rage again.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I haven't
Yeah.
looked at that. So,
So I just had
didn't.
that one last shot. And even when I used the hero point to stand back up, I thought about just attacking him one more time. But then he was just going to destroy me, and I wanted to get everybody out. So
That was the most surprising moment of the evening, to see Bjorn DD Mao.
run.
Yeah, DD Mao.
But man, can we just talk about Robin for a minute? Like that's big. That's huge.
Yeah, the
She
last one
just-
to
she
actually
just
hit
got-
him.
Yeah, she just got caught out there by the big bad. And what do you do when you're solo versus the big bad?
Yeah, and she took her last action kind of heroic, like, right? So she makes herself conscious with her hero point, takes her shot.
And you could
34
have crawled
damage.
down the wall instead.
Yeah, he would have just wiped her out. So it's kind of like the decision
Maybe
that
if we
Bjorn
were
made.
behind him, he could have.
It was like the
easily-
decision that Bjorn made because, like, what's she gonna do? Crawl down 80 feet with 1 hit point? Not really.
Yeah, it was a tough situation Robin was in. There's no doubt about that.
Well, she
That
got
was-
lucky not going to the ground to begin with, right? Being hung up on the gutter was a saving grace.
Ironically enough, she probably would have had a greater chance to survive if she had not hung.
Which is funny, but you would
Yeah,
initially think that you want to get hung on the gutter.
right.
But,
then
there's
that-
there's that because of the motivation of the NPC, you run into, well, no, they want that dead character.
Yeah.
So it's tough. You don't normally expect that. That is a very unique thing that I think that we've run into.
Yeah, to have him standing there over us, just pumping magic missiles into helpless bodies.
Just to make sure they die.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
that
a whole new
is.
level of ick.
Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad.
He's
I mean,
probably
the
worst
That's
human
Countess
being.
level.
He's the worst human being on the continent, save one.
And now
Ludwig
they're
makes him worse.
Ludwig.
and now they're friends. Well, and now
Oh,
they're
definitely.
hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have his research, but he knows what he knows.
Yeah,
So he can
Right.
be like,
he's gonna rebuild.
listen, we can do this. We can make this happen.
Much like the tank factory, you have delayed what would have been immediate.
But it's not a complete win.
It's not a save.
Oh no, I mean
It's
the tank wasn't
okay.
either. I mean Visigonia just okay. 6 months later, taken. Okay.
No. The tank mission was we
Delayed
could
things
not
6
have
months.
done that better than we did. This
Oh, I agree.
mission, this mission, we hit the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
I'm kind of rudderless, so I don't know. It is what it is.
You know, I saw you playing with all that paperwork and looking around earlier, and I was like, oh, he already knows what he kind of wants to do. But then I realized it was probably work related.
Yeah, I needed to focus on something. You're right. It was work. I got like an appointment tomorrow, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just work on this.
Yeah.
Just listen to the background. I got nothing I can do.
For like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, he knows what he wants to do. And then I realized that no, it's work related. Ugh.
Yeah.
Reach out to me during the week, and we'll work on next steps. I guess same is true for you, Mike.
Yeah, that's a big question mark. That is a
Well, that-
very
It
big.
was an NPC.
Well, and that's the thing is Cornell wasn't ever really my character. It was just the character I was playing.
Well, I'll say Banny was never really my character, but I inhabited
You-
the
yeah,
guys.
you did- you didn't have it.
long.
But
But it-
my concern every time I play Cornell is it was too much JoJo. Is I was just playing JoJo in Cornell's form factor, and so it's one of those things where it's almost a relief that he's dead,
Right.
but you know it's still sad because it impacts everybody else around him. But I have always played JoJo as Cornell in this group because I'm playing in two groups. So it's hard. It's hard to play two separate
different
characters.
personalities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
interested to see what the two of you come up with next.
I hope
that
I
was-
can. I hope I can break it apart a little bit more because it was really the JoJo template applied to Cornell.
Well, this way you get to build from scratch. With Blanca, with the survivors, we're probably due for a level up, yes? All right.
How
So
are you
next-
going to work that with new characters coming into this group?
So contractors can be any level, which seems like an appropriate way to bring somebody in, unless there's somebody within the organization that calls to you that you'd like to inhabit.
Do we have two layers of characters, like the high level and then the low level? Because it seems like everything.
we pretty much
maxing
have
out.
them in classes, but we could break that and just pretend that they
Yeah.
get wherever they get.
I mean, Ursula has kind of moved up rapidly in level to kind of fit closer with the teams she's traveling with.
I like
Simply-
Ursa, but my last mission with Ursa in the other group has diminished my opinion of her just because she didn't play strongly in that mission.
Shit happens to everybody.
Shit happens to everybody, but she was not. She has been very impressive up until that last mission.
Yeah.
And
But,
she's everywhere.
My point is that we can kind of, if we want to cherry pick anybody, we could graduate them to where they need to be compatible. But if there's an original character that you have in mind, let's bring them in as a contractor.
And Keith's handing the torch off to me next week,
Yeah.
which will be good with a new adventure, new scenario, and new characters coming in. So,
I mean, that's a big handoff to you.
yep.
Like you weren't dealing with the same. You've got a big change coming.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. I've actually got 2 of them set, depending on how much of a break Keith needs. So we'll keep you guys busy for a while.
Well, Eric has mentioned that he has an adventure that he's got in his back pocket that he might want to bring in. So, John, if you want to weave that in, or I don't know what your strategy is,
Sure.
I wouldn't mind seeing him run at the helm.
Yeah, that'd
I
be great.
really, really want to be good at this, and it's really intimidating with a group that's as stellar as this. So I'll just
It's
say,
easy. These guys are so good. You don't have to do any work.
That's a lie.
You just make up stuff.
Don't listen to that
That's right.
bastard.
You just got to
It
show
is
up.
work.
So I'll do mine, and then I'll hand it off to you, and then you do yours, and then we'll see where Keith stands. Keith may just decide that he likes just showing up with his dice and his piece of paper.
He's got modules to write.
Yeah, I know.
Blanca is in a position right now. She's not broken, but she has a lot she has to reconcile.
Yeah, she lost her ex
So-
and a good
So
friend.
so keep
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
in
her
mind.
roommate's gone. Her boyfriend, ex-lover, all on the same.
Whatever that is. I don't know. Cornell didn't know. Blanca didn't know. Whatever
No.
it was.
They were from 2 different worlds, but circumstances drove them together.
They happened to meet, and then he was gone.
Well, and she's also seen some spell casting at a level I don't think she's seen before. This dude was no joke.
Oh yeah, that was the point.
To watch your spells disappear into somebody sucks. Right? You're like, it's my best. No, nothing.
Hey, your bullets too.
I mean, her mom was scared of this person,
Yeah.
and now she knows why.
Yeah.
This
I
is
feel good about all the echelon rabble that we
Oh.
cleaned up.
You guys did a major house cleaning. When I wrote this mission, all those forces were going to come to bear in one encounter.
So you were trying to do a TPK.
When Blanca came to you guys with that, I don't want to go here, I don't want to lose my friends, I wasn't joking. I had set this encounter up for a seriously dangerous mission.
I haven't seen you come this close to a TPK in I don't know how long.
It's been a year probably since Elspeth died.
Yeah, it's been since Elspeth died.
But I mean, but Elsbeth,
which
okay,
was
yeah, but
shortly
Elsbeth's
after
scenario-
Dave passed, which was June, May of last year.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
right.
so
But
it's
to be
been-
fair,
it's
Elsbeth's
been-
scenario was a situation where maybe we didn't have to approach it the way that we approached it. I mean,
Yeah.
but
This
no
was-
PC.
You
died.
say that, Ken. But again, my vote as mission lead was to find the research, not pursue the mage.
and where's the research?
And
Captured, hopefully, by a ISS.
yes, and that was my goal too. It's like he's in that building. He's
Well,
going to stay in that building.
I hope I drove that into you, Eric, when I said you have to capture the research.
That's
I
his last dying breath.
I was already there, but yes, I mean I did not want to approach the building. I wanted to watch the building. If he was in the building, I wanted to leave the building alone. I just wanted to keep eyes on it and have Blanca and somebody else go on the motorcycle around to find that research.
Stepping into a mage's lair is always a bad idea.
It's okay.
Unfortunately-
Robin will only haunt Bjorn on Odin's Day. That's all.
Unfortunately, the mages are what scares the living crap out of Bjorn, and he likes to problem solve that with his axe.
I
I
It's a
don't
universal
blame
tool.
him. I honestly I don't blame Bjorn for what he did.
I
Like it made sense.
see getting away. I totally agree with that.
If that had actually been the blood prints, oh, if we had caught him right there in the street, oh my god, that would have been it. But we didn't catch him. And then we followed him up into his tower. If that had actually been him and not an illusion, and we don't know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I was the blood prince and I was suspecting something, I would have been like,
Yeah.
one
More than
third level
suspecting,
spell,
right?
Well,
one third level spell to see
Yeah.
what's out there.
That's why
let's see.
I scanned the windows. It's like if he's because I've seen Blanca do this shit.
Watching.
I went up to look and I scanned the windows and I couldn't see anything up there. And I'm like, I'm gonna get a better vantage point. What a bad idea. What a bad idea.
Yeah, we did so good on that mission, and then we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was
I-
kind of like three. It was like 3 awesome sessions, and then Fubar.
Which I mean, that happens. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that it happened. It's
Defeated by
okay
a
that Robin
rooftop.
and that Cornell died. It sucks,
Okay.
but it's okay.
I don't know.
We'll
I'll come to
we'll
it.
move on.
And this is the stuff that creates gaming legacies that we talk about 20 years from now.
yeah.
And
It's
just
like
think about
fights like
what
this.
this does to Bjorn, Bonnie, Blanca.
Oh,
Ugh.
Bonnie is taking all of this personally. It is his deepest regret. It was he just it's here.
He
It's-
missed twice,
yes,
and then Cornell died.
yeah,
He was
and then
6 seconds from saving Cornell.
and yeah, and he's gonna
And
take
you
that.
missed the free point shot, the free throw shot. Damn it!
Well, the worst part is that I had to look for the critter, but he already knew that the critter was there, and he's like, ah! And he's shooting at the ground. And I
then
rolled at
missed
20.
it.
I rolled a 20, and I was going to pull the Derringer and just.
Critter had
Boom.
4 hit points left.
Oh, you
I
gotta
would-
be kidding
Oh,
me.
but here's the thing: is even if I hit it,
It would be like 1 point or
no,
2
no,
10
no.
points.
I
damage
don't think
resistance?
I could have physically have killed it with its damage resistance. Hold on, let me look.
Damage reduction 10 is brutal.
No, especially for something
Yeah.
you can't crit. It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
insanity.
There's no-
My max damage is 16. So if I rolled max damage, if I had hit it instead of
Right.
rolling a 4 instead of a 5,
Right.
I would have had to roll max damage to save myself. It's not going to happen. I physically could not have hit myself or saved myself.
I could not have hit myself.
Well, I couldn't have either because I rolled a 4 because
Well,
I
and this
suck.
came so close to a wrap because at some point, all 5 of us were
We're
at
down.
dying 1.
Yeah.
We were single digit hit points so early in that fight.
Yeah. And it's just just lazing along. If it wasn't for your battle medicine, I probably would have stayed in the back of that bread truck.
And I rolled bad on you.
Yeah, well, still, it was 10 hit points. That's fine. Oh God.
Yeah. As soon as you're single digit, like, oh shit.
I got to tell you, Keith, the visual I had when Robin was at 0 and the mage just walked right up to her, kicked her in the face right off the building.
Oh.
I was like,